All right, and we are here with another one of the state's top prospects here at the SMSB Media Day with Mr. Darryl Flemister. QB athlete, versatile player, one of the most versatile players in the entire country. And so, Darryl, man, I mean, when I talked to you last summer, man, I said you were just a quarterback, but you're more than that.
Yes.
Athlete that can be put anywhere on the football field, and I think you're starting to hear that from a lot of schools. So let's just start off there and talk about your recruitment at this point. How many offers are you up to now?
I got 18 or 19 offers right now.
Okay, all right, so reflecting upon the season, kind of take me through it, your stats and how you think you performed last year.
My stats, I had like all-purpose, I had 2,300 all-purpose yards, 24 passing touchdowns, 3 rushing. And I think my last season, I think I did pretty good towards the end of it. Towards the beginning, I had some mistakes there then I just fixed it up for getting ready for the playoffs, do what I had to do.
So now, as you go through the season, obviously, you know, you're focused on being a leader for your team, being a quarterback for your team. But as you started to talk to schools more about the recruiting aspect of things, and they're talking to you about being a QB athlete, have you gotten a feel for where they kind of see you, where different schools are? Are they talking to you about quarterback? Are they talking to you about receiver? Are they where are schools kind of seeing you in their particular system?
They haven't talked to me about a specific position yet, but most colleges when I talk to them, they tell me I could be an athlete wherever I succeed at the university. I can just stay there. So I just talk to them and talk about that.
So tell me where you see yourself being better. Where did your game grow the most over the past
My
year?
game grew the most with my speed. Because my freshman year, I wasn't that fast. And I started working with Coach Johnny Drake and Coach Huff to build my speed up, my quick first step, my acceleration, de-acceleration, all that. So I improved there. Then my offensive side, I just improved being more loose, having more finesse. Then defensive side, I just had to get more focused, get on my techniques a little bit more.
Okay. So height, weight, 40, what are you up to now?
My height, I'm 5'11", 168 pounds. My 40, last time I ran a 40, I had ran a 4.63.
Okay. All right. And so you said 18, 19 offers. What schools do you feel like you're hearing the most from at this point?
Michigan, Illinois, Indiana, Tennessee, Ole Miss, Oregon.
All right. So from Michigan, what coaches or coach would you say you're in the most contact with? And kind of give me what's the vibe like?
I'm in the most contact with Coach Bellin, the receiver coach. I get to talk to him the most since he was when I first got the offer. And then Coach Klink left. He was the coach that was still there, so I talked to him the most.
So what's the vibe like with Coach Bellamy so far?
It's a great vibe.
Yeah, so as you've gotten to know him, man, I mean, the connection, what has he been saying to you? What has he been talking to you about? Kind of give me the connection with him.
He's been telling me, just keep my head down, keep grinding. My time is going to come. When my time comes, just perform at the level.
So now as you kind of look ahead and trying to get out on some visits, I mean, have you thought about what schools you're going to try to get out to this spring?
Yes, this spring I'm going to try to get Michigan, all the other schools I haven't visited, like Wisconsin, Auburn, Oregon. I want to go back to Ole Miss again, Tennessee.
So now, man, it's still really early in your recruiting process, but as you get out and you're looking at schools, have you kind of started to get a feel for what you're looking for in a school? I mean, you don't have to make a decision right now, but what are you looking for as you get out on?
I'm really just looking for a university that treat me good as a person, a student, and an athlete. So on and off, off the field, I just get respected. On the field, I get respected in the school building, I get respected as a student. Just want to be loved.
Yeah,
university.
So now you talked about where you improved last year. Now coming off of this season, where did you feel man, this is where I got to get better. This is where I need to improve now?
Just me, I think it's I got to kind of control my body. I just got to slow down on some stuff. Don't rush everything.
Okay. All right. So now you guys obviously had a big coaching change last year. That was a big part of the process for you too. What was that like for you?
I mean, it wasn't a big change, but it was we lost one of our big coaches, so it was we got to get used to it. We got used to Coach.
But y'all kept it in the family, though.
Yeah,
so
we
that
kept
was
it in the
part,
family.
Right.
So we just had to get used to Coach TP, not just being an offensive coordinator, but being the head coach. So we had to make everything easier on him. Yeah. You just got to, we just had to make everything easier on him.
Yeah, TP thought he was going to retire.
No, we ain't want him to.
Right.
I still don't want him to.
Yeah, but what was that like, though, as you guys made the transition?
It was a good experience for us to, switch head coaches, going into, all of our, some seniors going into their senior year, some freshmen going into their sophomore. We us used to having sprints, but we got used to it, then we got on the road.
Yeah, man, so let's talk about this part of your transition. So you talked about all the growth you had as a player, skill set wise. But this is another part of your growth. I mean, freshman, sophomore, now more leadership-wise. Do you feel like that part of your game is growing or has grown, being more of a leader on your team?
Yes, I for sure got more mature as I got older, became a leader, took stuff more serious. I feel like I got way better at that, improved at that.
Okay. All right, so now as you head on into the spring and summer, you talked about visits. What about as you know, camps and competitions, you know, what you're gonna be doing as far as that's concerned?
Camps, I know I'm gonna have to go to a lot of camps this year to get my skill level out there to other schools like Georgia, Alabama and stuff. Show my skill level to other schools.
Okay. So now as you round things out, you talked about 18, 19 schools, the schools that are recruiting you the hardest. What schools haven't you heard from so far that you kind of say, man, I would like to add this school to my list? So
it's a lot of schools. One of my biggest schools I want to say is probably Florida.
Okay. All right. So as you get ready to move on down the line and get ready to make a decision, whenever that is, you have an idea of when you want to make a decision, number one, and when you get ready to make that choice, what are going to be the biggest factors in that decision when you make it?
I haven't made I never decided on when I was going to commit and stuff. I got to talk to Coach TP, Coach Blackwell, talk to them about a sit down about my commitment, my recruitment and stuff. Then we'll figure out from there.
Okay. And when you get ready to make that decision, whenever that is, what are going to be the big factors in that choice?
I really can't say.
It's too far in the future? I got you, man. It's Flemister.
I just want to live
man.
in the moment right now.
I hear that, man. Appreciate you.
Nice